Hi, this is Natalie of the Vintage Cross Stitch Niche, an online group on Facebook, and also I'm a creator of some YouTube instructional and fun videos. So this is my second video today. The first video was an in-depth tour of the cross stitch cupboard in Fort Lauderdale. So I hope you enjoy that. I did not announce the winner of the week's Dye Works linen in that video, so I decided to make another video, and we will announce the winner at some point as well, and also talk about the giveaway for the next video. So where do I begin? Today I'm going to show you some more kitted up projects, some new linen that I've purchased. Actually, I purchased some today, just today. Some new vintage finds, the making of a vintage kit, also how to use vintage greeting cards. What else? I think that's about it. The instructional video about dyeing fabric will be next. I had somebody email me or instant message me on Facebook about dyeing a piece of fabric for them, and I did talk to them. Didn't talk to them. I actually messaged them back. I haven't heard, but the bottom line is I can dye some fabric if somebody wants. I'm going to have an instructional video where I pull together different fabrics, and also I have some ideas for some techniques for dyeing fabric, which may create some unusual patterns and so forth. I'm just going to experiment. So, some new finds. Let me show you something really neat. This box. Is it paper mache? Probably. Look at the back of the box. What does it say? It says Sterling and 1909 and the name of a person. So this is a very old box. What was inside is a scissor and a thimble. This is a sterling silver thimble. Can you see it? It's real pretty. And this is broken. This is a little pin cushion. It was supposed to be a strawberry. This is broken. But why do I have this? I didn't buy it. I bought it for the box because I'm going to actually kit this up and find a heart-shaped, some sort of heart-shaped project that somebody is going to create on very vintage linen, and then cut out of foam board a piece that will fit inside and mount this here, and maybe put some antique lace around the edges, and they're going to make themselves an absolutely beautiful box that is not a fake or reproduction box that is made in the hundreds and thousands, but one that was probably handmade at the turn of the century, of the last century. So from the 19th to the 20th century, not from the 21st to from 20th to 21st, where we are in now. I'm feeling like a dinosaur lately because I'm like, wow, 21st century was almost 20 years ago. Oh. Anyway, so this is going to make a really cool kit for somebody, and they're going to love it as much as I do, I hope. This was an interesting find. I actually did not find this last week. I found this not that long ago, but I forgot to show you guys, so I'd show you an interesting find. Here is an interesting purchase. I haven't even taken it out of the... I found this on Etsy. Just randomly looking for stuff. Wait till you see it. It's the real deal. It says, can you see what it says? Christmas 1941. We were already involved in the war. In fact, this was made right after Pearl Harbor, or it might have been made right before, but sometime around the time of Pearl Harbor. Somebody hand crocheted this. It was fabulous. We'll never know who made this, and her family obviously didn't want it, or didn't know what it was, or she didn't have family. I say she because very few men did this back then, but it's possible it could be a man. Unbelievable. Now what am I going to do with this? I don't know yet, but when the moment I saw it, I loved it, and I said, this is going to be incorporated into a project one way or another. Another, this find from this week. Some lace. Like I said, buy it in bunches. I wanted to make Christmas projects. This is definitely not, this is new lace, meaning it's never been put on an outfit, but it's not contemporary. It was made, well, who knows when. And as you can see, I now have holiday colors in different shades of green, red, different widths. One that's red and white. Anyway, I don't have to go through this whole thing, but we have some real wide lace. I don't know what I'm even going to do with that. I have some pink lace. This one is aqua colored. And this trim I really like too. This is some holiday trim that's so dainty and pretty. This one, just look at it. Can you see both colors? I got it on the wrong side here. Just lovely. Just a real dainty lace. So this will be for future products. Bought as a lot, wasn't very expensive. This is an antique lace. It's vintage, meaning it's probably made in the US, probably. And it's a bunch of it from maybe grandma's stash. I'll keep putting this back because I figure I'd really sit too close. You can't see everything. So I'm learning as I go. This is another one of grandma's stash of lace. And the reason I bought this one is because of this color. I love this color. Like a peachy pink. Real pretty. And it had a bunch of this color. Also had this lace, if you can see. Check it out. It's just got little roses on it. Once again, I don't need to go through this whole little kit. It wasn't very expensive. Just looking to see if there's anything really cool in here I can send you. None of this is antique, like the handmade stuff I showed you before, but it's all pretty nice for finishing. This is gathered lace, and the other type is non-gathered, but these colors are not something you can readily find, so I know this stuff is not new. So we found some lace for project. I think I'm pretty good for lace for a long time now. Okay, this I got on eBay. I told you that there was a seller on eBay. Once again, I don't really know her name because she did not sign her name or give me a receipt. But she's on eBay if you do a search under hand-dyed linens. If somebody could just put her name, that would be nice. She does hand-dye her linens. Look at this. This is called vintage. I believe, one second, let me go get it. Oh, I can't believe I left this long. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I believe the 12 Days of Christmas is going to go on here just to show you back what the 12 Days of Christmas looks like. It's all of these little squares. She drew these pictures with like a window. There's no window. These are actually the squares like underneath. You see that? But anyway, to put all of this, the primitive hair linen doesn't come in a big enough piece. So I guess these were meant to be individual projects. I don't know. I thought they would look really nice on this. And I got a very large piece. But I just want to make sure that you see how lovely it is, the color. She's on eBay. I don't know her name. You can do a search under hand-dyed linen, you'll see a ton of it. Her own hand-dyed linen. Anyway, this now is almost kitted up. Notice I haven't mentioned the word Stitchmaynia. I never did Stitchmaynia. I don't understand it other than, does it mean in the month of May you're supposed to start a new project every day? That rhymed. I think so. I work, so I can't commit to that. I take call because I'm an OBGYN, so I cannot commit to starting a new project every day. But I'm going to start a bunch of projects. Why not? Why not get into the spirit of things? That's what my idea is. So anyway, it's a new acquisition this week. Some more kitten stitcher linen is another new acquisition. I have told you time again that kitten stitcher makes beautiful linen, and once it's gone, it's gone. She'll make a batch, put it in a cauldron, whatever she does, make a few pieces, and it's gone forever. I don't think she writes down the formula or anything. So I order it as I see it. This one is called Backyard Barbie. I hope you can see how variegated it is. I've seen people sort of do it with like a piece of cardboard. I don't know, does that work any better? You'll have to give me some feedback on the cardboard thing. So this is called Backyard Barbie. Sort of a tannish, real nice. Second one I got is called Grayish Poiple. P-O-I-P-L-E. Poiple. Interesting. Really interesting. For an old sampler, maybe? I think her linen's fabulous. I just love it because I love stuff that's sort of on the wonky side. Just to show you, I found a piece of my own dyed linen that, this is just a small piece. This is dyed by Natalie Linen, which is me. My linen all looks different because I'll take a bunch of colors of linen, a bunch of white, put it together, sprinkle some magic on top and bake it, and I come up with this. And I did do a piece on it, that beautiful pillow that came out nice, that everybody likes, so that'll be another video. But I did find this piece. It was sort of all bunched up and stuffed in something, so I decided just to show it to you. I had shown you this on my last. This is BG 1874 by Samplers Not Forgotten. See it? I actually ordered the linen for it, which is vintage buttercream. Well, it's buttercream, but I ordered the vintage version. Just to show you what Lakeside linen buttercream is. What do you guys think? Roxy, that's my dog. Just to show you. I think it's nice. I like it. I also have the Gloriana silks for this. I'm going to get them all neat for you to see. They're actually Classic Colorworks, Belsois, and Gloriana silks. I splurged on this one and got them because I thought this was so special. It deserved these. And there's a few more. Hold on. Can I get them all nice like those other YouTube people? Just to show you what it looks like on the linen. It's going to be spectacular. So this one's ready to go. And if you can call it Stitchmaynia, if you want to say it's Stitchmaynia, sure, why not? I'll start this with Stitchmaynia. That's a new acquisition. We're almost done. Roxy. Okay. And finally, new acquisitions are a bunch of scissors. Yes, I bought some of these scissors because I liked them, or they were a good deal. Just to show you. These are Henkel's. Henkel's are extremely well-made embroidery scissors made in Solingen, Germany. Once again, Solingen. I told you about what kind of scissors to get. You want to get Solingen German scissors or French scissors. Some of the scissors made in the USA are pretty good, are nice as well. Here's what you want to ask before you buy them. Are they loose? Meaning, is this little joint here, well, my cat's up here, I'm afraid he's going to knock over the camera. Is it tight? Or does it feel like it's falling apart? And are they pointy? Meaning, are the points broken off? And are they sharp? It doesn't have to, meow. Oh, he's interrupting. As you can see, he's a big cat. So, these fit the bill. A lot of these scissors have a little screw. Do you see the screw? You're supposed to be able to screw that screw and make the scissor tighter, and sometimes you can, but sometimes you can't. So ask these questions, otherwise you may be disappointed in your scissors. So Henkel's fancy scissors. Those are real pretty, aren't they? Not made anymore. So I know these haven't been made in a long time, so I know they're not new. These were really pretty. Here's another pair. These are, just say made in Germany. They're not as tight as I like, but they're not that loose, and they actually cut fine, and they're nice and pointy. But look at the detail. See it? It's really unusual, just really pretty. Bought those. These are incredibly also made by SH Company, Germany. These are, once again, I bought as decorative scissors. Look how pretty they are. Really nice. And these are also made in Germany by a company, Boker or something, I don't know, I can barely read them. These actually are really tiny little scissors that cut fine, that are pretty tight, and I thought they were pretty. And finally, these are contemporary scissors. These are Santa scissors. Here's the back. Here's the front. They're a little weird. They're a little weird. So you can see I do find scissors, and sometimes I'll incorporate them in kits, and sometimes I will resell them, because how many scissors does a person need? But I'll look at them, I'll enjoy them, I'll hang them on my wall, and then I'll take them off and say I've had these for a while and let's sell them. So, but that's it. I think that's it for, no, it's not actually. I have acquisitions from today, because I went to the cross stitch cupboard. So today I went to the cross stitch cupboard to try to kit up just some things that I had. With all the linen that I own, sometimes I don't have the right color. I just don't, so, or the right size linen. This is the Christmas sampler by Midsummer Night Designs. Has not been made in a very long time. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all year. Who doesn't like this? It's awesome. A little red house, little reindeer, and tiny little birds, cardinals. They did this on Bittersweet. Bittersweet linen looks like this. This is Lakeside Bittersweet. It's pink. This is a 40 count piece of Bittersweet. It's very pretty. I don't think it did anything for the sampler though. It's too pink. So I decided to step outside the box and buy Zweigart linen. This is called Newport linen. Yes, it's got checks on it, but I think this is going to look really funky and cool on this linen. So this is actually called Zweigart, made by Zweigart, Newport. And I think it's fabulous. I had a nice big, nice square of it. It wasn't too expensive. I got this at the cross stitch cupboard, just to let you know, a piece like this was about $24, which is, for fancy linen, not bad. The other thing I did was, this was all DMC, and some of the DMCs, the actual reds weren't red, they were salmon colored. So I switched them. I kept some of the DMC, so I kept these colors, and I took the two different salmon shades, and I'm going to do them in over-dyed floss. Why do I buy extra for two of them? Because if you run short, these dye lots change. And you can end up with a completely different floss. So you're better off buying a little extra. You can return it, or you can use it for something else. And for me, sometimes I'll use it for kits. But this is Turkish Red by Weeks Dye Works and the Gentle Art Rhubarb. So let's put this all together. So we've got all these colors sort of together, right? On top of this linen. I think it's gonna look good. I know maybe you're looking at this now and saying, what the heck is she thinking? Trust me, I think this is gonna look good. That's something I think people should do. They should think outside the box. Think Change colors up if you don't like them. Change the linen. Will change the whole look of a piece. Make it your own. So the best way to do that is not online. The best way, if you want to change up colors and linens and so forth, is to go to a shop. Travel, go out of your way to your local needlework shop, like the Cross Stitch Cupboard, and feel and look at the linens and come up with something. I guess this is another Stitchmaynia thing. Look, I'm in the mood. Let's see what else we got here. I didn't need this, but I bought it anyway. This is by Fairy Wool in the Wood. And this is called Rain, Rain, Go Away. Is that cute? It comes with a little charm, a snail charm. See it? It's not very big. I'm going to do this on a scrap of linen. I can even do it on my own hand-dyed. Nah, I don't think so. I'm just going to do this on a small piece of linen and bring it there to finish, for them to finish, because I just love the toadstool or the mushroom. I love gnomes. I'm going to Norway, so I think this is a cool pre-Norway thing. This is all DMC, but this is not a commonly seen one. Fairy Wool in the Wood. If you're interested in this, I know she has other copies. You can call the Cross Stitch Cupboard. It's $11.50. It's certainly not $1 million, and it comes with the charm. And I'll kit this up. So this is another Stitchmaynia. See what else I got. Aha! I had some other things to kit up. So this is Little House Needleworks, the Louisa B Snow Sampler. I'm going to show you something about this linen. What do you see? The lines in the linen. This is the original sampler. I don't know what those lines are, other than maybe she was learning and she needed to put lines in, just like a child would put lines maybe on a paper to write on. I don't know. Here's my idea. To use painter's tape, get a really funky piece of linen, use painter's tape, use extremely dark coffee, put the painter's tape down so there's a bunch of lines, and make my own lines. That's what I'm going to do. It may or may not work, so stay tuned. But anyway, here's the colors. Before I just grab these, once again, I'm not as neat and clean as some of you other people, but the colors are awfully pretty. I think they're just lovely, and this is going to be real pretty. So I didn't buy linen for this today, nor do I have it in my stash, although one of those linens from Kitten Stitcher would look very nice in here. I just bought these today and came up with that idea. Here's more today. Yes, I know. So this Prairie Schooler piece is pretty nice. The one I want to make is better a small fish than an empty dish, which is this one. Sort of boring linen to me. So I'm going to do it on this. This is Cross Stitch Cupboard Picture This Plus Highland. Let's see, will that work better? And I also, her colors, these were a little drab for this piece, so I kept some of the drabs, and I changed some of the drab red to more vibrant red. So we're going to do that. It fell over. I have a whole crate of DMC, yet I still buy some because inevitably I'll look for DMC and I don't have the right color, including black sometimes. That's not black, actually. But, and again, it's going to be for this. I think it's going to be really nice. I cannot wait to see it. And it's not a very big piece, and this is going to be another Stitchmaynia start. I'm using the word Stitchmaynia, see? Okay. Finally, what else did we get? I don't want to show you this one yet because I have to find the fabric. I have it somewhere and I'm not going to show it to you until I find the fabric. I can't find it right now, but I'm showing you where it is. And then finally, I did get the Lovebird from Just Another Button Company. If you look on the Vintage Cross Stitch page, you will see the finish of this that somebody else did that I borrowed with permission. I do ask before I share somebody's picture. Although if they put it on a public page, I would assume that it's okay to share. There's no copyright on your finish, on your public finish, but try to be courteous. I try anyway, I'm not always. But just to show you the colors, this is probably going to be a lot left over because this isn't a very big thing. But this guy. And I'm going to make him on a scrap of linen. I'm not going to waste a whole big piece of linen. But I just wanted to show you the colors and how vibrant they are. This red, just to let you know, is called, where's the nice red? Hold on. It's called Turkish, there's Turkish red and garnet. I think Turkish red is a perfect Christmas red. It's really bright. And this is garnet, it's not red. But oh, it is red, it's a deeper red, but. So I bought this today, another Stitchmaynia item. And finally, this is something new that I'm gonna share with you. Painter's Threads makes beautiful linen. I wanted to buy a piece at the cross stitch cupboard today so that I could share it with you and have a piece because I don't have Painter's Threads. They're Painter's Threads linen. Well, the one I want, which is red, is not there. So I decided to pick up some of this painted floss. It's a metallic floss painted. Look at it. Really beautiful. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but I want the red one. She had already sold the red one. I think she only got one of each color. She'd already sold the red one, so she's going to get another one from me, or I'll find it somewhere else, and I'm going to do something with these flosses. They're fabulous. My dog is not letting it go. I believe that's it, except for some needles. Some needles. And that's it. Okay, so that's plenty of stash. That's ridiculous amount of stash. I'm always buying, and I sometimes sell too. I do sell some items. I'm not a business of any sort, but I'll buy something or change my mind or not like the color or have extra of it. Sometimes I'll buy more than one. So that's why I sell too. Next, the makings of a kit. This kit is not for sale yet. This kit will be for sale. So what do we have in this kit? We have this fabulous, which I showed you before, Santa's Workshop old vintage tin. We have some of this. This is pretty nice linen. It's called Shenandoah, 28 count Christmas linen. I might include a second piece of linen as an option here, but the whole idea is to make the top into the pin cushion, or fill this and make just the whole thing a pin cushion. But I think making the top makes more sense. And then maybe lining this with fabric and putting your gimmies in here. So I'm not sure about this. This is not for sale because it's not done yet. When I sell a kit, I gotta make sure it sort of works. So this was an option. I'm not sure. I think it might look really nice as a pin cushion. It might be too contemporary. I would probably add another piece as an option. So you get this, and then I look and I pull a bunch of colors out. Sometimes they're hand dyed, sometimes they're DMC, depending on what I have. And I say, what would go really nice with this pin cushion or with this thing? Then I look for coordinating lace. Again, what would go really nice, because I think lace around the edge is real pretty. Then I say, what else could dress this up? But maybe some rickrack that you can put across. Like sort of put your linen and then band it with rickrack somehow. So I included some rickrack. And this is not new rickrack, this is old. This is really old. I got this in a antique lot of sewing supplies, really old. Then I'll go to my button jar and get coordinating buttons. As you can see, these coordinate perfectly. Then I'll include some fun stuff. This is an antique, it's not antique, it's vintage pin, which I think could look really cool pinned to your pin cushion. Like sort of pinned to it. But I thought this is very cool. This is definitely not new. It's probably 20, 30 years old. Then I've got a really nice stick pin that you can stick out of your pin cushion. And again, it's got the holiday theme. Because there's a lot of gold, I included a vintage gold thimble. And this is definitely not contemporary. I know nothing about it, but it is pretty nice. Looks like it's probably gold filled. A coordinating scissors, red scissors. These are not old, but they're old to me. I don't know anything about them. This is very old. Some fabrics. I have two different fabrics. These weren't the fabrics I originally wanted to put in here. I'm waiting for, I want to get some old tablecloths. I'm waiting for that before I sell this. This is just an example, okay? But I just pulled some fabric just in case. But some fabrics that are hopefully antique or vintage fabrics. For any Christmas kit, I'm going to give you an ornament, a vintagey looking ornament, or a vintage one if I could find. I have to go up in my attic. And then this is an antique Christmas card. This is really interesting. This is somebody's Christmas card from 1965, which says, Christmas greetings and every good wish for the coming year. Can you read it? 1965. This was printed in America, in the USA, in Sudbury, Massachusetts, so we know it's old. You'll get a vintage card, or something else vintage. Anyway, this is a kit in progress. This kit is not for sale because I'm not crazy about the linen choice, and I'm not crazy about the fabric choice. It needs to be more vintagey. So, but how do I make it is I find the container and I start adding things that I think are going to look cool together, that I know are going to look good together and work. And this is the beginnings of a kit. It's not a kit. Don't ask if this is for sale because it's not. It will be in the future. I did have one I recently sold that is right now sort of packed up and ready to go. This is a really old base. It was a candle base. And this is actually from the 1960s. And then I forgot the name of the manufacturer, but these were sold in the 1960s. They're a candle base. They're made in America or Japan. And this came with really old style fabric. It came with a Christmas linen. It came with a Christmas stick pin with nice bright red, what do you call it? Bright red lace. It came with gold thread. This one came with hand-dyed threads. I made a bunch of pin keeps. This is a bargain, actually, for what I charged for it. I'm not into this to make money. I want to see what these look like. This is an experiment for me and fun. And then I just sort of packaged it up, and it's going to go to her. It's got a whole bunch of goodies, and she's going to make a absolutely beautiful pincushion with this. And probably what I hope is the fabric will maybe line the bottom, or make a little round, maybe if you could cut a circle and sew the edges, make a little round base. That's what the fabric would be for this. And this is such a size that any ornament pattern would work. I'm not selling patterns because I don't have, I will if I cut them out of a magazine or have an extra pattern, but I'm not a pattern designer. I am a pattern designer because my head is full of patterns that I do want to make based on old items, and I'm going to eventually delve into that realm one day. Too much on my plate right now, and I'm just having fun doing this, but these kits, I can always give you a pattern. I'll find one somewhere, and I won't include part of the sale a free pattern. That's really not cool. I can sell as part of the sale a pattern cut out of a magazine though. That's legit. So anyway, this is going to be fabulous. So is that box. Box is not, this was ready for sale because everything worked. Not yet. So anyway, that's how I make these kits. I sort of just think about it. Before I go into my current whips, I know there's a lot today. My current whips and my linen, who wins the linen. I'm just going to show you something. Can you see this? What is all this? It's the makings of tags. How do you make tags? You get some nice twine. This is jute. I love this. Comes in a big roll. You probably can get a bigger roll than this. This was twine from Target. Came on these nice, which we will use one day again to put a project on, these nice tall thimbles, really nice. Not thimble, spool. So this is they make these in these punches, they make them in different styles. There are ones that are much more tag-like and bigger. I got this one because it was more on sale. It was on clearance. This was $2, so usually they're about 10 or more, and this makes a nice little tag. A scissor, a hole puncher. Let me show you about this hole puncher, and the reason I want to talk to you about it is that this is a vintage hole puncher made by Paper King. It's made in the United States. You can get these for very cheap on eBay. What's great about these is this little compartment that catches all of your pieces. And this thing is solid as a rock. You cannot break this. So buy one of these. I'm telling you, you will not be sad, because you will not be sorry. All your little pieces will be collected and you just empty it into the garbage. You have a little guide here that for paper, if you want all of your holes to be in the same spot, all you got to do is change this guide. Okay? And it's made in the US. But anyway, they sell, there's a ton of them on eBay. That's where I got mine from. But this is called a Paper King hole puncher. So much better than the garbage that you buy today. So what are we doing? We're making tags. And I think everybody's like, oh yeah, I know how to make these. But let me just show you my thought process here. First off, look at the box. What is this graphic? This is not new. This graphic is something that's 1960s, 70s, right? Easily. That little card came out of this box. So I saw this box sitting on a shelf, and I said, and I felt it. I said, there's some, and I opened it, I saw the cards, I said, I'm gonna buy this. It was from a thrift store, and it was somebody's grandma's box. So what did the box have? A bunch of cards, a bunch of 1970s stationery, which when I was a kid in the 1970s, we collected stationery. Look at the kitty. And a bunch of vintage cards, like these type 1970s cards. A bunch of Christmas cards that are, none of these are new. They're not contemporary. These are probably 70s and 80s. It had something very special. It had a handmade Christmas card on construction paper, 2 of them, that said, I love you. I have a nice riddle. It says, I'll play on my fiddle. So read it down below. What's a nice mice and a sweet in a tweet? Answer, my mother and dad. So somebody bought this. Kid made this. And another one, some kid made this one, holiday wishes. How do you give this stuff away? I don't know. But anyway, some grandmas. So I said, I can never get rid of that. It had some vintage stickers and some vintage cards and just some old cards. So these aren't the real old ones, but there was enough vintage cards in here that I was happy what I bought, especially I didn't pay very much. Thrift store find. And just quite a bit of stuff. I mean, I thought this was a pretty nice graphic, this card. None of this is new. I bought a very similar box, and it was filled with Valentines, like really old Hallmark Valentines. I got a million of those. But there were some very nice cards in here, some real pretty. Check this out. And anyway, none of these are new. There also was some funky stickers. Unfortunately, they're all dried out, but the graphics are really cool. I wish they weren't dried out, but they are. So, the moral of this story is the box is cool. The box you can use for something else. The cards are all usable. And even if you're not going to use them as cards, you certainly can make stuff with them. And there was something in here that was some kid's made for his parents that I think deserved to be saved. But anyway, this box I believe was $2, so well worth it. So let's see how you make these. So you have your card, you have your punch, 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 throw away. Now you have really kind of cool little thread keeps. These look even cooler when you have like a really old card. So this one's okay, but they are pretty cool, and they have the colors and patterns. And then what you do is this goes without saying. You just put a hole in them, and you can use your jute through them, your wire. You write on one side. Your graphic is pretty. I bought nice papers to do this with. I'm going to probably get some really, really old, like 50s or 60s, if I can get a lot of them, so that they're not, if you buy them individually, they're sort of expensive to be cutting up, but to get a whole lot of them so I can make really nice old, these thread keeps. Right now I'm just including a bunch, and I'm going to go through these cards, and I'll get some cool looking cards and make them, and but that's how you make these thread keeps. It was an easy lesson today. I have to go pick the winner. Okay, so what I did was I took all the names of all the commenters on videos 4 and 5, and I assigned everybody a number and then used a random number generator, and guess who won? One person. Teal Elder has won. She has won the Weeks Dye Works Onyx Linen, and it's an 1/8. And I will message her since she's already somebody who likes the vintage cross stitch niche. But Teal, congratulations, this is yours. Just to let you know, this will be the next winner. This will be something they get, again, for this particular video, no other videos, this video, I will randomly pick a winner of this item in my next video. I'll do it just like this when I announce it. So this is the Milk Paint Sampler kit. This kit comes with all of the floss and the actual pattern needed to make this, and all of the silk floss. So you get, how much silk floss? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 skeins of silk floss. Plus a free sampler. Plus a free sampler. So this is the next winner. We'll get the silk floss and in the little container. So I'm glad we got that over. Okay. So, these videos are longer than I thought, huh? Let's go over some whips. This one is the green linen sampler. I know I showed it before, but I can show you my progress. It's on a roller frame, and this is my progress. It's hard to see because this is such, there you go. And so far I've got the house mostly done. Well, sorry, I should have taken this off. And then I've got one row of letters. It's actually coming out quite cute. And this one should be finished pretty quick. So that's one of my whips for May, in addition to those Mania whips. Here's another. I started Mary Ann Bailey. It's really beautiful. Just something else. These are all the beautiful flosses. I'm not going to take them out of the container, but as you can see, they're vibrant. And this linen is legacy linen. It is a lot plainer than I usually use, but I thought that this particular sampler stood on its own, and this is so far what I've started. The strawberries, you can see. Got a while to go, but this is a current whip, Mary Bailey. Here's another whip. Hold on. Yes, I have a lot of these, I know. This is called the Alsop family. Hold on, I know I'm moving all over the place, but I'm just trying to, I dropped the actual pattern. This is called the Alsop Family Record Sampler. Doesn't really look like much in the picture. Not from any state that I know of, but I've lived it, I meant. It has something to do with Arizona. But the colors are actually very vibrant. I saw this done and it was gorgeous. Here's some of the colors. I especially like the teal. This is a linen called Brimstone that somebody on Etsy sold me. I think Needle Case Goodies had a piece of it, and I don't know, I got into a conversation with her and she offered it to me because I was looking for a piece of linen. I don't know who makes Brimstone. It's really nice. You can see how vintagey it is. I wish I had more of it. This is another whip. And I can't find the pattern for this because there it is, okay? And this is by Rosewood Manor, Good in Everything. This one's on the called for fabric. That's what I've got done so far. Called for fabric, I believe is, I don't know, cream? Who knows? I would have done this, I saw it done on the called for fabric and I liked it. Let me see. No, it's platinum, not cream. It's Belfast Platinum. Look at the little bees. You can just try to, oop, I don't want to break my camera. See the little bees? Right there. Very cute. I sort of got bored with this one a little bit because there's so many color changes that it was driving me crazy. I constantly was changing colors, so I put it down, but it is a whip. Let's see if there's anything else in here that's a whip. Nope. Yes, there is. This is called the Passport Pin Cushion by Shakespeare's Peddler. Cute, huh? And here's the way my plan was. I bought these little swats of this is all I've done. Yes, it's all I've done. I bought these swats from her. And some of these are just scraps of linen that I had. I grabbed a whole bunch of scraps of linen, different colors, and I was going to make this. And then I decided, you know, I actually got the circle. You see the circle I did? I'm following the instructions. And this actually is not, I thought it would be easy, but it's not. But anyway, this is another whip. Almost, can you give me a few more minutes? That's my husband. I'll be right back. So my husband just said, finish it and holler at me. He's gotten used to me making these videos. I think he thinks I'm crazy, but. This is another whip. I put this down. I'm going to be picking this up again for quote-unquote Stitchmaynia. Merry Noel by Sue Hillis. On natural linen. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. And this is actually done in Dinky Dye silk. I'm not sure what the color is, but Dinky Dye silk. I bought a whole, excuse me, not Dinky Dye silk. I don't know what the Dinky Dyes is in here for. I thought it was done. See, I haven't picked this up in a while. Schoolhouse Red, excuse me. Apparently I put a Dinky Dye silk inside this because maybe I was thinking of doing it in that, but no, it's done in Schoolhouse Red. I have to, and this is natural, just natural linen, which I thought looked the most vintagey actually. But that's Merry Noel. And I think that's it for whips. I do have just a few more projects that are kitted up that I just wanted to share with you because that will make the end of my collection, and from now on you'll just be seeing new stuff, new starts, new projects, new finishes, and so forth. new ideas, new containers that I've purchased that I'm thinking about doing something in. Okay. So let's just go through this box and see what we got. This is from the Cricut collection. This is Holiday Angels, but I bought it to do these guys. Aren't they cute? I don't have a lot of Thanksgiving stuff, and I wanted to do the little Thanksgiving boy and girl. I've got the DMC for it, and this fabric is a piece of desert sand, which I believe is actually, I think this is Lakeside. I think it is, I'm not sure. Desert sand. With a bunch, surprisingly amount of colors of DMC. Kitted up, ready to go. When will I do that? I don't know if I'm going to do it now. This is a large project that I don't have kitted up yet, but I just wanted to share it with you as another something I wanted to do. This is By the Bay Needle Art, called, it's a series of coves. This is Summer Cove, Christmas Cove, Spring Cove, Halloween Cove, and Autumn Cove. We've got the whole year. Autumn, Halloween, spring, summer, and Christmas. So I bought this with every intention of doing this on one long piece of linen. My issue is what color to do it on. Every one of these is done on a different color of linen. So this is another one of those that I'm trying to figure out. When I find the right piece of linen, I will know an earthy piece of linen is what it has to be in a big piece. So a long, big piece. This is actually something that I have not started. This is a punch needle. I bought the thread for it. He's so cute. So this is a punch needle. I just haven't done it. He got stuck in with my different projects. So this is Star Spangled Banner by Willow Hill Samplings. I like the rocket thread glare there. And there's a lot of glare, so I'm going to pull it out. Star Spangled Banner, something every kid should know and sing in school, just like we did. This is going to be done on, this is picture this plus dill. Really pretty. And this is completely kitted up. So this is ready to go with these flosses. And I'm really looking forward to doing this one. This is Birds of a Feather called Lost Spirits. I originally wanted to, I bought Lakeside Linen Vintage Autumn Gold to do this on, which is really pretty. Look how pretty it is. Just to, you can see it. I hope you can, sometimes linen doesn't There. And I actually, this is done on Sparrow, and I actually have the Sparrow, so I think I'm going to do it on the Sparrow. And I think this is going to be another, or I might just do it on this, I don't know. Another Stitchmaynia start. I have everything for this. This is an oldie but a goodie. This one's called Boo to You by Homespun Elegance. Isn't it cute? It is. I thought that this fabric, which is Vintage Sugar Ginger by Lakeside, would look outstanding. Sort of an orangey fabric, would look outstanding with the Boo to You. And this is entirely done with, I only have one skate in here, which means that's all it needs, charcoal. Very pretty black. This is an easy one, so this is going to be hopefully done soon. That could be in my Stitchmaynia. Here is Birds of a Feather, Scared Silly. And this is the right fabric. This is actually the Sparrow, a piece of the Sparrow fabric. I have more than this, but if you ever wanted to see what Birds of a Feather Sparrow looks like next to the just, you can see it. This one I'm not, I wanted to do the other one first, so I want to do two of these at once. So this one's on the back burner. Oh, and of course I do have all the colors, the lovely colors. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Interesting combination, but it's going to be pretty. And this one I absolutely love. This one is the Santa Claus from also Birds of a Feather. A number of people have done this one on YouTube, and I've seen it. It's beautiful. Primitive Stitcher, who, by the way, paid me a great compliment that she said she liked my videos. I was like, oh my God, Primitive Stitcher, watch my videos. I did learn from her dyeing technique and her spraying technique for antiquing, and I do love her items, so we have similar tastes, so thank you. Thank you, Primitive Stitcher, I appreciate it. But this was done, as you can see, it's not black, it's brown. I don't know if you can see that, but it's actually done on her Sparrow linen. I like it better on black. And what do I have for this? I have 18th Century Blackbird. I just sold a piece of this because I have more than one piece. 18th Century Blackbird is not black, it is gray, dark gray. But, so what do you guys, what do you think? I like it. 18th Century Blackbird, and the red is called Fire. I don't have enough of it, clearly, for this whole piece. I just have some, obviously, I must have, I probably did at one point, and then I took it out of here because I needed it for something else. So, this is, but let me just show you the colors just to, I better get more of that, because if it's not from the same dye lot, it'll drive you crazy because it'll look different. But as you can see, here's your colors. Very pretty. This one's going to be done. I love it. But I do need more Fire, and I know I don't have that in my stash. I know Fire is one of them. I'm always looking in my little box. I have a whole container of floss, a fancy floss, which I used to make the kits with, because it's got some of the floss I maybe used just a few strands, so most of it's still there, and you really don't need much for a kit. But, we're coming down to the tail end of stuff. Okay. This is the tail end, this little pile. the heck is this? This says Mary Brown. Oh, this is the floss from Mary Brown. This is the silk. Apparently, I have it. Hold on. This is, I couldn't find this. I thought I lost it. See, Mary Brown, which I showed you last time, and this is the silk for it. It came in a nice little container. This is actually from Sassy Jack's, where I got this because nobody else had it, and I think nobody has it right now. They were pretty amazing. They gave me, I think I emailed her and paid her, and I got it 2 days later or something crazy like that. So this just needs linen, the right linen, but I have the silk for this. Good to know. This is Hinzite, Kris Kringle. Is that cute or what? It comes with a little charm, although you can buy real vintage charms I like better, but this comes with a little charm. And somehow I had it packaged with this light sand Belfast. That must be the, what it's called for. Let's see, no, it wasn't. I don't know why I had it packaged like that. So cute. This is gonna be in my Stitchmaynia. I need a small one. This is my punch embroidery needle. Ooh, remember I told you that punch embroidery got stuck in there? This is Bent Creek. This is Tiny Nativity. I saw this done. She didn't have it up today on the video. I think it's on one of her trees. She had it put away. This looks like nothing. Done. This is gorgeous. Something this small, just so pretty. I saw this done and I almost like lost it when I saw it. It was so pretty. You have to keep these out because I need to kit these up. Even though they're small, I still like to kit them up. Let's see what else we have in here. I do have some fabric stuck in here. This fabric must be for these kits. I had a little piece of, just some little pieces of fabric, French lace linen. This one is unknown linen. French lace is really pretty linen. Sort of a little airy, stiff linen. Stuck in there for who knows what reason. Okay, let's go through this. This is another from the Hinzite series. This one's called Christmas Carols. And I do have it kitted up. It's got some sort of, it's got DMC in it, and it's got some sort of, it says Jobelin, but I don't think this is Jobelin. It's got some sort of piece of fabric in here. I must have bought it this way. I must have purchased it where it was kitted up. Somebody else kitted it up. But very, very cute. It's gonna go in my Stitchmaynia. I'm getting used to saying the word Stitchmaynia. This is Needle Bling Designs Christmas Eve Ride. May you never be too old to search the skies on Christmas Eve. Unbelievable. Kitted up. Let's see what fabric I put in here. This should be on Kaniki's fabric, which is that really vintage, crazy looking vintage fabric. When I say crazy, I mean crazy good. American Chestnut R&R. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. Can you see this? I need something to put this up against. Here. Just a small piece of American Chestnut R&R. Once again, Stitchmaynia. This is a fairly simple one. It's going to look so cute. Aha! The infamous Quaker Christmas. This I started and I stopped because I didn't like the linen it was on. So I found another piece of linen. Quaker Christmas. Crazy, beautiful. And look what I'm going to do it on. This is barn owl. A nice big piece of barn owl by Birds of a Feather. This barn owl has a lot of green in it. Let me show you these green splotches. It's gonna be perfect. This is a valuable piece of linen. I recently sold some to somebody for fairly good price. And because she wanted it, and I wanted her to have it. So, but you can't find it. If you do find Birds of a Feather or Linens by Design, I just realized it said Linens by Design on it, but if you do find that, it's all, what do you call it, Birds of a Feather. I'm just looking for my floss in here. This is done in only 2 colors of floss. It's done in holly and in currant. Look at currant, it's one of my favorite colors. It's so pretty. And holly. So, now I can't fit this back in the, I don't want to bend it, but, all right, we'll have to just put that there. I promise you we're almost done. This is The Cat in the Moon by Brenda Gervais. Isn't that cute? And look at the lace that they put around it. It's orange lace. I'm going to use a piece of lace too. I don't have this kitted up, but I certainly have lots. This is Lizzie Kate. These little stockings. They're little ornament-sized stockings. Very, very cute. These are called Flora Mix Sample Stockings number 168. But look at the bird, look at the Silent Night bird. I mean, they're just really nice. This is Prim Atmospheres by Primitive Hair. I have done nothing with this book other than buy it and gawk at it. It's got some amazing stuff. I'm just going to go through with you. First off, this is the inside. I got to be careful not to show you the designs. Pins and buttons. I'm going to have to bend my book, but that's okay. Pins and buttons. Spring 1868. These are all pretty small things and fairly easy to do. This one is Ann Sampler Treasury Bag. This is Halloween, Little Witches. I mean, you get a lot. This booklet has a ton of stuff. This one is Christmas Ride. This one is I'm Counting. Don't talk to me when I'm counting. I like how she finished it on that wood. And then this is the last one, No Place Like Home. Right up my alley with all the vintage buttons. Look at it. And then she's got even a little area in the back for like notes. I don't know. This is really cool. I thought it was awesome. This is one called Painted Wings by Kathy Barrett. It's on Vintage Pear Linen. I actually bought the silks for it. And this is the vintage pear linen. It's got a green tinge to it. Will I do this for Stitchmaynia? Probably not. I want to work on this all by itself. Just work on it and finish it. There's something just beautiful about it. I love it. This is Birds of a Feather, Beware Halloween. Love the finish with the candy corn. Obviously it's some sort of candy corn themed frame. I don't know if I'd want to put real candy corn up and get bugs, especially in Florida. I pulled coffee bean, cross-stitch covered coffee bean, which I have no idea. This is obviously small because it's a small piece of linen they cut for me from the cross-stitch covered, but it's a brown piece of linen. This was done originally, and these are the flosses. You know, you look at the flosses, you're like, that's a little weird, but they work. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to do it on this coffee bean. This is obviously done on her sparrow linen. I pulled out this. Yep, this is vintage. I pulled out vintage autumn gold. I had this, and I thought this might look really nice with this project. This is called Vintage Autumn Gold Linen by Lakeside. So many of these you can't get anymore, but look how pretty that is. So I pulled that out. I had this also. I think I'm probably going to just do it on this. I might as well, because it looks so pretty. And I have 3 more. Probably I do have a few more charts running around, but that's okay. These are not kitted up. They won't be for a while, but this is adorable. This is called The Village by Kathy Barrett. Amazing. This one is by Homespun Elegance. These are just the Mary Heart ornaments. They're really beautiful. And finally, this was something that one of the people gave to me. One of the sellers on one of the sites just gave it to me. She sent it to me as a random act of kindness. I inquired about it, and I don't know why she sent it to me for free. It was very nice of her. It's called Pre-Soak. And the name of the brand of washing machine is, get this, Catmore. Isn't that cute? This looks so easy. There's hardly anything on it. I'm gonna have to jazz this up. So this, I had plans for this. Anyway, so Teal Elder won the Onyx Weeks Dye Works linens. I will contact you, Teal. Teal, you are a very nice person. I don't know you personally. I just know you off of here and off of the cross-stitch niche, and I think I've sold 1 or 2 things for you over the last year or 2, and you seem like a very nice person. I'm glad you were the random winner. And this is for next time. This is, again, the milk paint colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors of Krennic silk. That's for you. There will be a special giveaway on my page. The special giveaway will be, well, it'll be special. You have to look at my page, the Vintage Cross Stitch Niche. So anyway, if you like my videos, please tell me you like them. It makes me feel good. I've gotten some thumbs down, or I thought I did. I saw one. So I was like, all right, somebody doesn't like my video, but that's okay. That's okay. This is for fun. I'm not a seller. I don't have a business. I support independent sellers. I support the designers. I support my local shop, which is the Cross Stitch Cupboard in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I do some sales just of stuff that I have extra of, or I like to put the kits together because I think that's fun. So please like my videos, please watch them, and please comment. and have a great evening. Off to dinner.